Hi, this is Natalie from 9.arrow from the Netherlands, and I'm here. As you can see, this is a message from Gail. She is a Facebook group member, and she says, I love this kit. Would you please make a YouTube video on how to print this out on sticker paper and use the ScanNcut to get them out? I am interested in seeing or hearing if you have to change settings on the ScanNcut to just peel them off without the sticker paper backing. I did buy a package of vinyl sticker paper, thinking that was the correct kind of material to use. I think others in your group would be very interested in this as well. Thank you, Natalie. I love your items and the group. Gail. So let's do that. The Paper Hoarders tape set number 1. It has 12 pages and I'm going to print out, and I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to print because I printed a few on washi paper. Let me check, because I have been cutting out everything this morning. If I would have known, I would have already, because I cut these out this morning. But I have this and this one, and I believe there was another one on as a washi. Yeah, this one. So I'm going to print one of these. I want this one also as a tape, and I believe I also, well, I want everything as a tape really. And I've been cutting out this morning with my ScanNcut, so quickly open the pages. I don't want this one, I want this one. Yes, I want this one. So this one, I want this one and this one. Yes, these. So number 7, 6, and 5. Okay. So first, obviously, we need to print. I'm going to show you the papers that I purchased. I purchased this. It is vinyl sticker paper from Renos, premium transparent. This is in Dutch. It is not shiny glossy, but it's also not matte. It is in between. This one has 36 sheets and it is suitable for inkjet printers. So let's go over to the printer. I'm going to show you how to put them in the tray. If you have a tray, or if you have like a top loading, you also need to do the same thing. So I have my printer in front of me. I have HP. I have the HP NV6120E. I also have a HP NV4500. That's the older one. For some reason it doesn't print. I have to delete it from my laptop and reinstall, I think. This one has a tray. And you have to look at what is inside your tray. Let me tilt the screen one moment. As you can see over here, it says, yes, if you want, the side you want to print on has to face the drawer. So I'm going to place the sticker paper with the shiny side down. Sorry. I'm going to place in 3. And also make sure you push these and then close the drawer. There's something stuck. It is a little bit, it's not completely flat, and that is because of shipment, so I have to make sure it's flat. Okay, put these in and close the drawer, obviously. I close the drawer. Okay. Now it says it has something changed in the paper settings. I just press OK. It depends on which printer you have. Now we have to switch back to the laptop because I have to show you the settings. Okay, I'm in frame. I have in front of me one of the papers I want to print. I'm going to click on the printing icon. I'm going to use the new printer. Obviously this is in Dutch, so it says horizontal. Liggend is horizontal. I'm going to do one. This is the size of my paper. I of course selected A4, but you should probably use, where is it? Letter size, I think. Yeah. And then over here it says this is paper type. So just ignore the I and then you get paper type. You should use some shiny paper. I picked, because this is all HP paper, I do not have HP paper. It's not photo paper, it's not a card, it's not cardstock, it's not premium inkjet transparent paper, but it's, where is it? Over here it says other shiny inkjet paper. I selected this one. And I'm doing fitting page. Otherwise it makes it bigger. And then I'm going to press print. I'm sorry, this is in Dutch. I don't have it in English. But I'm not sure if it's going to print. Yes. So now I have to switch over to the printer. One moment. My paper gives me a notification that I have the wrong paper source. The wrong paper sort inside my tray. But I can abort the printing. What is it? Well, I can abort printing it or I can press print. And I'm going to press print. And now it's going to print the Paper Hoarders tape set number 1, page 5. And obviously that's going to take a while. There it comes. And if by accident you print it on the wrong side, you can always use the sheet again and print on the right side, of course. You don't have to throw it away, then it will be on the back side. Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. So here is the sheet. And now I have to change my setup because I have to take you over to my ScanNcut. So this is the printed sheet. This is the matte side and this is the shiny side. Now I have to set up my ScanNcut, but first, before I do that, I'm going to show you the type that I have. Let me zoom in. Because this is the one I have, the SDX 1200. And I'm very happy with this. So it is in a phone holder, but it is it is a very tricky setup for me. I'm trying my best to get everything in frame as good as possible. So I'm going to switch on the ScanNcut. Well, am I? Yeah, I am. This is the cutting mat. Maybe I should push it backwards a little. I will zoom in on the settings when I do the settings. Get my tools out. So, obviously my menu is also in Dutch. You need the low sticky adhesive mat for this one, and you slide it in, and there is a button over here. Trying to zoom you in, one moment. Well, it is this one. You have three. You have home, pause, it's the middle one. It's not that hard to find that one. And it says that something is going to move and you keep your hands out of the way of this. So I press OK. It's supposed to go in, but it doesn't. I always have to press twice. I don't know why. Then somebody gave me a tip. It was Mira. That two-way glue of Zig is a great way to make your plate a little bit sticky again. So I'm just going to place like 3 dots on here. Now it doesn't matter if you place the sheet like this, or if you put it on this side of the cutting mat or at the beginning. I'm going to place it at the beginning. I'm just going to give it a press. Okay, now I'm going to try and switch over to the menu. Like I said, mine is in Dutch. It says pattern or scan. So you have to read scan on your English device. I'm going to scan. You can have several options. You can put it to Canva workspace, so you have to connect it to the computer. I don't use that. You can scan it to a memory stick. You can scan it to cut but later, or you can do a direct cut. So you should probably have direct cut over here. You should press that one. Then you can send it to your laptop or computer or to this machine. So I'm going to scan this. It's going to be memorized by this little computer that's inside. And I'm going to start scanning. The area is 12 inch by 12 inch. That's basically the whole scanning mat. You have a tool over here. You can change the settings. It should be on color, not in black white. It was on this one, and I keep it on this one. That works. So 12 by 12 inch. And now I'm going to press start. And now it's going through the machine. It's going to scan. As you can see. It's scanning. Then it comes back. So on the screen, these labels will disappear over there. Or the tape. I'm going to zoom you in because this is the most interesting part, I think. Now you have a tool, but you can also use your fingers. There are arrows, so you can narrow the arrow, not the arrow, the area that you want to cut. So you move it upwards. And I usually, if the logo is over here, because this is the logo, I'm going half on the logo or as close as I can get to get rid of the logo. There are different ways to get rid of the logo. So maybe I'm just going to pretend the logo's in the middle, and I'm just going to do this so I can show you how to get rid of the logo before you cut. This is okay, so I press OK. Now it's trying to recognize the area that it needs to cut. It takes, I don't know, sometimes it takes a minute, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. It depends how many patterns are in, but because I have those lines all around all the items, it can happen sometimes, but 99.9% of the cases I use this with my own papers. I had one time it cut inside a butterfly. So you can, over here you see, look. So this is what you see. This is what it scanned. This I have, I don't know how to say this. You can have like the settings on if it's going to follow every curve and every angle. to a low setting or to a high setting. Mine is rather low, to be honest. Maybe I should set it over in the mid, and then it does give you an example on the screen how it's going to cut around the area. I don't think you see a lot of difference. No, you can even but usually I just keep it as it was, but now you see it's going to really cut those angles. I think it's okay. So we press OK. We just ignore this. This is also for color settings. I have mine on 5 colors. You can go up to, I don't know, 10, but I do 5. I've always done that. Press OK. Now it's starting to process. Sorry. This is if you want, well, round or different areas to cut out, so different angles. This is a circle. This is, I don't know how to call that. But we don't want this. We are going to use this. We use the pattern. So not a circle, not a square, not a rectangle. Then you also have this. And this setting is if you want to cut around the border. So cut outside of the brown border. If you do this, it's going to cut a little bit inside the brown border. So it's going to cut a little bit of the brown away. You can also do it like this. And it is changing the settings over here. I always have it. It starts on 000 millimeter. I do 1. Obviously, when you have a USA setup or an English setup, you have inches maybe. So press OK. Now you have a tool to work on the paper, to say I only want to cut this one or this one. So you press the pencil. Obviously I don't know what these are. I never use these, but these are very important. You click that, and if you click on this one, it selects all. If you click on this one, you can get rid of the logo like this. But sometimes it's very difficult. But I always click this one. And I check if everything is okay. Well, obviously, if you can see over here it has 2 together. But that's okay. But I'm going to deselect, and now I'm going to press on this one. It selects this one. I want to get rid of this one. I press OK, and I press delete. And then I say OK again. Now, if I press the whole sheet, you see it only has borders around the strips and doesn't have the logo on anymore. So I'm not going to cut out the logo. It's not a bad thing if it happens, but it's, well, I try to save on the knife or something and on the mat. So I want to cut this. Obviously, I need to cut these in between with a scissor. Sometimes it happens. I don't know why. It might be this paper because it has a shine on it when it scans. Press OK. Everything is done. OK. OK. It's processing. Now I have to pick what I want to do. Make a choice. You can draw. This is drawing. This is the pencil. And this is the cutting knife. Cut. So I press cut. Then over here you see a tool. And with this arrow you can go down. And over here it says in Dutch half gesneden, but that means half cut. It is turned off. You have to switch that one on. It also has the pressure of cutting. I have mine on auto. I have this off. This is on 1 millimeter. Speed of cutting 5. Pressure of cutting I have on 2. But this is the only thing I basically switch on when using the sticker paper or washi. Half cut. It means it's going to cut through the top layer of the sheet but keep the bottom layer intact. Now I'm going to press OK. I already selected cutting over here. Now you can also do a test. I never do that. I just press start and it's going to cut. And it's taking me 2 minutes to cut. So that's not very long, I think. Oh, you don't see the knife moving over here. Sorry. I tried my best to make it as professional as possible, but oh, you should have seen the setup. It looks really unprofessional at the moment. But I think I have a good angle to show you what to do, and I showed the screen very close up, so I hope this helps. And if you have issues, if you don't know which buttons you need to set, you can also send me a screenshot of your ScanNcut. Maybe I can figure out which one you need to press. You can post that in the Facebook group. Sorry, I bumped the camera. Now the tricky part with this clear sticker paper is that it's very difficult to rip those pieces apart. You could try and peel off the tape in between, but I don't think that works. Okay, now it's done. So I'm just going to take it off. And if you use a regular paper, you can just take it off and then the cutout pieces will stick on the mat. But in this case, we have the transparent paper, so it doesn't work that way. So I have a piece of tape, packing tape, and I'm just going to stick it on the corner. And I really need to press it really, really hard to make it stick enough to peel off, and then you just not sure if it works. No, it's not really. This morning I cut off a piece of this that I already peeled off to peel off the other sheets, because it really needs to be very sticky. That is the biggest challenge, to get these separated. And you just need a little bit to peel. Yeah, I think I got it. I hope I got it. No, I don't. Okay, let me get something of this morning. One moment. This is a piece of the top sheet, so the sticker paper. And if I put that on, I'm pretty sure I will get it off. Obviously not on camera. Yeah, you see? So keep those. If you just have to peel one off, and then the rest you can use cut-offs from this. So I could cut off a piece of this, and you just pull. Oh, it did cut these correctly. Yeah, it did. But you should cut a piece of this to peel off future sheets, because that is really sticky. So now you have the cutouts, and you just peel it off, and here you go. You could also cut it, of course, with your scissors, that is possible too. But this works very well. So, and these are the ones, sorry, I just have to make a little room. And these are the ones I cut out this morning. And I just cut, I didn't cut, I stick these onto here so I can have a strip for a next sheet I need to peel. So I'm going to save it on here. But these I already cut. And I also peeled off this one. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Not sure if you can see, but it's red. Pinky's red. We have these. Now I have to say these, I had two that were stuck together, so it cut it out two at the same time. I had to cut it with a pair of scissors, but I thought I'd just roughly cut around it. I think it's over here. Yeah. So I will cut a little bit of the sticker that is transparent, that doesn't have a color or pattern. But these are the other ones. These are leftover pieces. You can stick it back, that's very handy. You have these. These smaller ones. And these grungy ones. 12 sheets, but I also have like a few on washi. So this is less than 12 sheets because I have two that I didn't print on sticker paper, sorry. But I really like these. These are similar to the Tim Holtz ones. As you can see. And yeah, I think it's easier on a sheet like this, and also that you can bend the paper and just, because you see me in the videos when I use the Tim Holtz tape, I had to peel many times to get it off, and this works so much easier. And obviously you can cut it over here in the middle, in the length, and also use a pinking shears or something with like cut edges to cut it yourself. But yeah, I hope this was a useful video, Gail. Your wish is my command. For those of you who are interested in these, I do have a Amazon link that a lady gave me. Mira Boisma, she's Dutch, but she also had a ScanNcut. She asked me for advice for her ScanNcut, and then she sent me the glue. She said that's a great tip, because I used to stick it down with paper tape when the moth wasn't sticking enough anymore, but this really helps. You really need to use just a little bit, because I glued on too much and then I had to, well, it took me half an hour to get the papers off yesterday. But she showed me a different one, but these I got at Duoding, and I believe these were like €3 each, so 6, and I think the one on Amazon for us is about €5-6. So Mira, if you want these, you should buy them at Duoding. But yeah, this is the video. This is how I scan the sheet. The important thing is, if you have already used your ScanNcut and you have your settings all good, the only thing you need to change is the half cut settings. Now, if you set it on half cut and you switch over from sticker paper to regular paper, be sure to switch on or switch off half cut. It switches off automatically when I put out the machine and start up later. But when I'm in between sticker paper and regular paper, on the regular paper you do need to switch off half cut. So yeah, this is it for today. I'm really impressed with myself being able to film in all these weird angles. Yeah, But yeah, this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and if you have questions still about the ScanNcut, I am not a ScanNcut professional. The reason why I have a ScanNcut, because I thought I want something to put it on. It scans and it cuts. I don't want it to send it to my laptop. I don't want to do anything on my laptop again. I just want them in, out, cut. That's what I want. So, and I'm so happy with this device. It was an investment, but yeah, for me, the best investment I made. So if you're thinking about buying one, I know you also have like the Disney ones. I think the Disney ones are just more expensive because they are Disney. But yeah, I have this one and I'm really, really happy about it. So this is really it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay creative, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye. Bye.